All right, welcome back to Afternoon Drive here on Joppa Radio. My name is Drew Moholland. Again, Lexi Foley producing, and Tyler Neufeld and David Kramer on the TV side. Hello to everybody watching and streaming today as well, along with the loyal radio listeners. It is wintertime. We had some flurries in the area today, and I said it is a perfect time to talk swimming. So we have the Triton swim and dive team in, although, as Coach Diane Sagasser joins us now. Hello, Coach. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. We got Amanda Davies in the house and Caroline Cullen. Caroline is the only member here who's a return member to the show. Caroline, you joined us for the, what did you say it was? And here, grab the mic if you remember. If you remember the rules, you're not going to break it. Just grab it and there you go. That's right. You were here for field hockey back in the day, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. So Coach, it is a Triton. I'm reading the shirt. It says swim and dive, but this year we don't have the dive part of this, right?
Correct. We had no divers this year, unfortunately.
How did that work out?
We didn't have any interest in it. My diver last year graduated. He did really well, and didn't have any returning people, so we moved forward.
Is that like an intimidating thing? That seems to be like a lot of pressure to get the perfect dive. I don't know. Is that what it is? Do people?
I think
I'm a terrible diver. I have bad form.
Well, unfortunately, in our area, not many people have diving boards at their pool.
Yeah.
So.
Is that right?
There's only 2 teams that have boards.
Really?
Yes.
That is surprising. What are those 2 teams? Out of curiosity.
Ipswich and Linfield.
Really? Huh. Well, that's interesting. So what do? They just take that part out of the scoring?
If you are a home meet and you don't have a board, then the points are 0-0. If you are at a pool with a board and they have divers, they basically sweep the event.
Wow. Well, that's an unfair advantage.
It is what it is.
Nobody can be groomed into being the perfect diver? It's not that easy?
No, it is not that easy.
How high do they, what's a high school dive? Like is it very?
They dive off the 1 meter board.
1 meter board. Okay. Very good. All right. Interesting. Amanda, you guys are off to a 4-0 start?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How's the season going? You enjoying yourself?
Yeah, I am. It's really fun.
Yeah. What's the best part of it so far, besides all the winning?
I like the team aspect. I feel like we're really a good cohesive team this year.
Yep.
And it's really fun that way.
What's a swim practice like? Is it off the cusp of it? It kind of sounds cool. You get to be in a pool and it's good exercise.
Usually we walk in kind of early and we get to talk in the beginning, and then we get grinding real quick.
Yeah. What does that entail? Is it these some up-tempo practices? Or
Oh, yeah.
Are you exhausted by the time it's all done?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Coach, hard, huh?
I'm a slave driver.
That's funny. All right, very cool. Caroline, what's tougher, swim practice or?
I think swim practice is harder.
Really?
I mean, it's really just swimming laps at different speeds, like everything.
Yeah.
Not as much like social. You're kind of in your own lane, in your own head. Like, it's basically all you in the pool.
Wow. How many people are on the swim team?
I think
50.
50?
So it's a big group.
That's a good turnout.
And we're all from different schools, which also makes it really cool.
Yeah, how many schools combined?
4.
4 schools, yeah.
Wow, and you're in charge of all of them?
Yes.
And Diane? Wow, okay. What's the, just grab that mic there too, Coach. What's the toughest part about bringing 4 different, because there are some challenges to that, right?
There's definitely some challenges. Yeah. What's nice about it is that when they come together, that time where they're competitive against different schools, Triton against Newburyport or Pentucket, they all become friends.
Yep.
Changes the team aspect. They all like to swim, so it causes them to be cohesive right away. They rely on each other, especially in relays. It's kind of like a chess match. It's about points and performance. So great cheering and.
Yeah, well, that's cool. We hear you have. I haven't seen it myself, but Lexi told me she saw pictures. You guys have a pretty good pool and nice little setup, I heard. So, is that right, Amanda? Good home pool advantage?
Yeah, I like swimming home. It's a little different from swimming away because when we swim home, it's a 4-lane because we have a 4-lane pool.
Yep.
And when we swim away, it's a 6-lane pool. So there's only 2 teammates of yours in the pool at the time, so it's a little easier to cheer for everyone.
Gotcha.
So it's closer to
Does it get kind of rowdy in there? When
yeah.
Everybody in
It's
unison.
a really good cheer that gets everyone really excited.
Yeah.
You want to do it, Caroline? You seem to.
Well, we have to be in the pool. We all get in like splash, and like it gets everyone really, really excited to swim.
Gotcha. Okay, so you have to be in the pool to do it. I understand. There'll be no reenactment of the. What's the? So explain to me. My school never actually had swimming when I was there, which might be kind of strange to you all. But I don't really know how the scoring works. So tell me, is it like? Do you have people that are like the long distance swimmers and more of like the sprinters? What would you call that in swimming? I don't know.
So there are 12 events.
Yep.
It starts with there's 3 sets of relay. So we do a medley relay.
So like everybody gets involved, pretty much.
Everybody pretty much gets involved. 4 swimmers at a time. Some different legs of the pool.
Yep.
And then we go into an individual. So the longest distance is a 500, which is 20 lengths of the pool.
Okay.
Shortest distance is a 50 free.
Wow. Okay. And you two participate in that? Yes.
Yes.
What's your favorite? Did we break into like breaststroke and everything?
Yep. So Amanda is an IMer and a breaststroker.
An IMer.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a length of every stroke. Caroline has run the gamut from swimming distance free to sprint free to fly and
Everything.
a little bit of everything.
How important is it? I remember this from the Olympics. I remember one of the analysts, and this is where I get most of my swimming knowledge from the Olympics. One of the analysts was saying most of this guy's job is, I think it was maybe Phelps at the time or whatever, is done out of the water. You can tell how he's going to do it by how he gets off the block or whatever out of the water. How much is this? Is this registering?
Yeah, getting off the block quickly is like really important, but I think it's more of the underwater part of the start that's a little more important.
What do you mean by that? So like when
so when you take your start and you say go, and you want to be the fastest one off.
Is there literally a gun? Like, do they have a?
There's not a gun.
Not a gun. So somebody yells go. That's your start.
It's a whistle.
A whistle.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And
okay.
so they whistle and you go, and so you're faster above the water than below the water. So if you get like out with a really good start, you're already ahead.
So that's off the block.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what they mean when. Mm-hmm. Okay, so keep going. Sorry.
And then after you do your start, you're in a streamline underwater, which is also faster than swimming like on the top of the pool.
We'll go part by part. I'll stop you there too. A streamline. What is that now?
It's your hands are above your head. And
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're like a resistance thing. Okay. Yeah. So you're flat. Okay. Good. All right. Is that? And then you eventually you have to swim.
Yeah.
And that happens about halfway through the pool, or?
3, like, 2 quarters. I don't know.
Depends.
2/3 of the pool.
2/3. Yeah.
Wow. So you girls have this down, it seems. Caroline, what's your key to success in the pool?
I feel like starts and turns. Especially swimming.
Yes, the turning is crazy.
Like a short distance and long distance also.
You do like the flip thing, right?
So you'll do like a flip underwater and then push off the wall. And that's really where you can kind of get momentum.
I've always liked watching that. That's cool
and
to
if
watch.
you have a good turn, that's where you can kind of like gain a smaller lead, like a bigger lead off the turns.
Can you see, like if you're racing somebody and you know the person on your right has you by a little bit, can you see that?
Yes, definitely.
Really? That would be...
that's another... like good thing about being in a smaller pool, you can see everyone that you're racing against.
Everyone, really? Even lanes over?
Yeah.
Wow.
In a 6-lane pool, sometimes it gets harder to see the outside lanes, but in a 4-lane pool, you can mostly see everyone.
Interesting. So you know if you need to catch somebody, you know exactly how much time you need to make up.
Yeah.
That must make for some pretty dramatic racing, I can imagine, trying to push yourself towards the end. Are a lot of the finishes like bang, bang close at the end?
Very.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really? And they don't have like sensors, obviously, in the high school pool. So is there's somebody just watching at the end? You got to smack the end of the pool. Is that the deal?
Two timers.
So they have 2 timers for each lane. They have an official.
Thank you.
The officials basically can supersede the time.
Yep.
They watch. They tell you. And then in big meets, we'll have touchpads.
Oh, okay. Do they have like is there like an NFL replay system for close calls?
No, I wish we did.
Has there been like controversy before? Have you had to go make an argument?
You can't make an argument. The official is the official. And you want the officials on your side, so you don't really want to argue with them.
Okay. All right. Never? Really? Never?
You can be like,
Okay.
I might question that one, but I'll go with what you say.
Can you say, are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. It's a nice polite way of doing it. Again, this is the Triton swim team. A few members here, Amanda from right to left, Caroline Cullen, Amanda Davies, and Coach Diane Sagasser. first time on the show for the two on the left. Caroline came in once before, but it's good to have you all in there. What is the best part about being on a team of like 50? Because I can imagine that being a lot of fun. Does the swim team probably doesn't do, well, maybe they do. It doesn't seem to fit, but like pasta parties?
Oh,
Yeah.
Really?
Before Cal's, which is our big league meet, we have a pasta party, and that's always fun because like we
All
like
50 people?
Yeah.
Wow. Who has to? What poor parent has to host that?
We're
They
working
haven't
on that
decided
one.
yet.
Okay.
We hand it off to a different family each year.
Yeah. Well, 50 is that a big number for you? 50?
Actually, it's smaller than we've
Really?
had in the past 2 years.
Wow. So swimming is really thriving.
Yeah.
It's funny. You think about some of a big sport like football, they can barely get to like 30 for some of these teams now, and you get 50 just as a low number. That's crazy. Good for the sport, I guess.
Awesome for the sport.
Yeah.
What is such a big draw, you think, for the high school kid to?
I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Kids talk about it. They talk about it with their friends. If anybody has any, we are always recruiting. The students will recruit within their schools and talk
Yeah.
about it. You don't have to be the best swimmer. We take everybody. There's no cuts.
I was going to ask, do you get like the really raw kind of?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes
Yeah.
we're teaching, stroke technique and going off the block and flip turns. Other years, everybody comes in and they are good to go. Depends each year.
And what's the background, Coach? Did you were you like a swim teacher? And I think you are a swim teacher, but
Yeah, I'm the aquatics director at Newburyport YW.
okay. For those of you who stopped by.
Yes. I started swimming I'm from Andover.
Okay.
I swam as a little kid on a club team,
Yep.
then collegiately. Then
At Maine?
No, that's where my other daughter goes.
Okay.
No, I swam at Springfield College.
Oh, okay.
And then I was working for a YM for a while, and now I'm working for the YW. Yay.
Very cool. Is it so you've been in the pool your whole life? Is it
Yes.
just a love from the start? And
Love from the start, absolutely.
yeah, and here you are now. Very, very interesting. So when you do get that person though, that maybe they've been in a pool before, but just very, very raw. Is it? Do you look at that and go, okay, we have ourselves a project, or is it that's what you live for?
Oh, I think always a project, because their success is to see them happy, and their success is their success. But I also take a lot of pride from their success.
Yeah.
We have swimmers who started as freshmen and could barely swim,
Yeah.
and now they're you can disqualify yourself because you're doing the stroke either incorrectly or.
Yeah.
And now they're doing the 500. I'm thinking about Stephen Merrill. He's doing the 500, the two free. Breaststroke. He enjoys the team. He's not necessarily the best swimmer on the team, but he is a really important part of the team, and he gets points. And that's the exciting part.
It's such a cool thing too, because it's one of those things you need it for life. You're going to
It
be
is a
around
lifelong
water.
sport, yeah.
And it's like for me, I grew up on a lake up in Maine, and we spent our summers up there, and it was you're born into, you get thrown in the lake with the cousins, and you better learn how to swim or you're gonna be behind, but not everybody has that. There are a lot of people that end up getting a little bit older and they don't know how to swim, which is
Absolutely.
really it can be actually dangerous, really.
Absolutely.
So
You'd be
it's-
surprised the number of people that come in, even with swimming lessons, who have never had any experience.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Swimming.
to
And
think
you
about.
are also looking at my swim instructors.
Oh, you
So,
do?
yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very nice. So, how about you? Do you like taking do you like having that real person that you're literally teaching how to swim? Is that a big thing for you?
It's sometimes difficult for me because I don't really remember learning how to swim.
Yeah.
So I like the preschoolers the best because it's like splashing, scooping.
Splashing and scooping. Yeah, it's got to be like anything, right? It's so much better to start early.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
It's like playing a guitar. They say you absorb so much more when you're starting at a young age. What's the how young can you be when you kind of take a swimming lesson?
Okay. Babies.
Amanda started 6 months.
6 months, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
You remember that, don't you?
No.
It is funny. My nephew's doing, and he's not, he's like 2 now, but he started probably around there too, which I thought was crazy, but I guess not. I guess.
Just being in the water makes it easier. You get a lot of kids who haven't really been in the water, and it's a lot harder to get them to start swimming.
Yeah.
Because they're so afraid of the water.
That's not good.
That's the hardest part, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. And that's, what's the, do you ever have like those moments of somebody panics? Maybe it could be a kid, could be an adult, really. in the pool with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably not the most pleasant thing, but I'm sure you're trained to deal with that.
Yeah.
Most people can touch in the pool, so it doesn't get usually like if you stay in the shallow end, it's not like panicking too bad. Where the point where you're like you have to like sit down and like calm them down.
Yeah.
But there are some times where they're like a little nervous.
What's the advice to that person who you can tell is just they're there for swim lessons, but they are not enjoying this. They are doing this because they want it for their livelihood. But
You kind of just have to make it as fun as you can and show them that the water's not going to hurt them.
Yeah.
And that
How many times do
obviously
you have
we're
to say
there
that?
to teach them how to swim, so we won't let them get hurt or anything.
how many times do you have to say that before they believe it? Though the water is not here.
A lot.
That is funny. So very cool. It's a very admirable job you all do. Back to the swim team. It's this whole. How many communities? You say 5 communities? 4?
4.
We have 4 towns, 8 towns, 4 schools.
Wow. Okay. Is that because Triton has the best pool?
Triton has the only pool.
Only pool.
Newburyport is the only pool, except for I think there's one in Salisbury.
Wow.
But you can't dive in that pool; it's too shallow.
Gotcha. So what's the where were you traveling all around to
Yeah, we're in the Cape Ann League, so we've had mostly home meets, but in the past we go to Gordon hosts both Masconomet and Hamilton Wenham.
Okay.
We go to Beverly, which it hosts Manchester Essex. Linfield is in Peabody, and North Reading for North Reading.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's good. And so 4-0. How long is the season?
The season goes until February 17th. That's the end of what they call boys states.
Yep.
Will be our last big competition.
And you have the girls are here today, but
Yes.
you're also in charge of the boys, right?
We do have a very good boys team. They are also 4-0.
Also 4-0.
Yeah.
Wow. Not a lot of losing going on here.
No.
Well, that's good. You must be proud of that. It must be those tough practices you're running, Coach.
Yep.
How are you practicing every day? Is this like you go to school and you go to the pool?
So that we practice Monday through Fridays, 5:30 to 7:30.
Interesting. It must be kind of a cool sport when, especially, I mean, this hasn't been a bad winter, but when you get like a blizzard and a foot of snow on the ground, and let's go hang out at the pool for the day.
Oh, it's nice and warm in there.
It is good. Very good. Again, we're joined here by the Triton swim team. Do you still call it the swim and dive team, even though there's no divers?
Yeah. I mean, we have our banner says swim and dive.
Banners go. Then we'll go with the banner. Coach Diane Sagasser, Amanda Davies, and Caroline Cullen. What else is going on in school here, girls? Anything I need to know? Your Triton hockey team lost last night. I was at the game for Newburyport. Yeah. Were you there?
I'm from Newburyport, so I was.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm getting confused by the Triton. The Triton team lost last night. Did you go?
I'm from Pentucket, so
This is very confusing. So wait, so Dan Thornton is technically your
Yes.
athlete? Okay. I should tell Dan I have one of his on. So that's where it gets confusing because
Yeah.
coming from this.
So Triton is the.
Are you allowed to wear the Triton?
She wears
logo?
it.
I do. I do
I
wear it
wear
to
all the
school.
Triton
Yeah.
stuff.
This is very confusing.
If I get asked, well, it says swim and dive, and I'm swimming, so I'm on Triton.
Okay. Yeah. No, I think that's good. I'm going to tell Dan I'm confused, but he's a great guy, by the way. He's been on several times. Yeah, assistant principal too, Dan, right?
Yes.
And athletic director. Very busy man. Well, anyways, it was a good hockey game. You don't care about that. But it was a fun night. It is freezing at the hockey rink. Much warmer in your pool, let me tell you. But so what's new? So what's new at Pentucket then?
Well, the Triton swim team is 4-0, and that's
We've
basically
established
all
that.
I know.
Other than that, that's all you live is the
think-
swimming.
Yeah, I think basketball is doing good. I
doing
think
good.
hockey maybe played Masco
I don't care about
recently.
sports-wise. There's no like good gossip. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to do that. Caroline, anything we need to know?
We got a new principal. You've probably heard about that.
I did hear about that. I kind of forgot. Somebody told me I should get the new principal on. But
Yeah, he's good. He's really good.
we didn't. Who do we have on? We had you had a new superintendent too.
Oh, he's good too.
We had him on. What's his name?
Sean Gallagher, I think.
Yeah, I think we had Sean on.
Yeah.
Good guy. So that's good. School year's going well though.
Yeah.
Are you what year are you girls?
I'm a senior.
Senior.
I'm a junior.
Junior. You're in pressure time.
Yes.
College search time.
Yes.
Have we
very
decided?
much. I have not decided yet.
Are you close? Did-
Somewhat close.
Did you
yes.
get all your things in? Your
I've heard back from 3 schools.
Okay, because everything has to
I'm
be in
still
by now,
waiting
right?
on, I think, 6 more.
6 more.
Yeah.
You did what I did. You applied to everything. I always tell this story when this topic comes up. I applied to I had my handful, and then I secretly learned that my mother applied to 10 extra ones for me because she was like, I was like, Mom, I'm a pretty good student. I'm definitely going to get into some of those. She's like, I just wanted to make sure. And then I learned it's $120 to apply to everyone, or maybe not that much, but whatever it was. Not cheap. Did you get all yours in?
I submitted my first one yesterday.
First one yesterday from Lexi. She's very behind. She's
It's not due until January 15th, the first one.
It is January 10th, Lexi. It's 5 days away. 5 days away. Good job, though. Do you feel the pressure of senior year?
Yeah, definitely with midterms coming up.
Oh, yeah. When are those?
Those are next week for us at
Gotcha.
Newburyport.
Wow. All right. So, yeah. Senior year is great, but I do, that decision, once that's behind you, then you can kind of...
Yeah, once I decide, I think it'll be better.
I don't think we use the senior slide term around coaches and stuff, but that... There you go. What's the breakdown? Is it a lot of upperclassmen for the swim team, or?
I have 21 graduating seniors this year.
Wow. Veteran group.
I had a lot of brand new seniors this year.
Wow.
So I think I have 14 that have been with me for at least 4 years. Carolyn's been with me for 6. She started with the inception of the team.
In middle school?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. I have three what I call the littles.
Oh, you're
So
gonna-
the 3 littles are graduating.
You're going to miss them.
Yes, I am.
We're going to have tears at the end of the year?
Most likely.
Oh, that's cool. Are you going to swim in college, or?
No,
No.
probably not.
Even recreationally, I mean.
But I'll definitely
yeah.
swim on my own or on the club,
Yeah,
intramural,
you need to make
something
sure
like
they have a
that.
pool at your school.
Yes.
Mine did actually. I actually used it a lot. It was kind of a cool thing, especially if you can get yourself into a routine where you start your mornings or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a very popular thing in college, actually. As you know, Coach.
I do.
What's it like swimming in college? That's now that's a whole different level.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It helps with time management. But you have an instant group of friends
Yeah.
automatically, and it's not very large. I mean, the girls and boys teams usually only carry about 18 swimmers for male and female.
Yeah.
So you get to really get to know everybody. It was tough.
Yeah, I bet.
It was a job. That's what my dad said.
Yeah.
It's your job.
Yeah, but the college sports really are.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I guess at that point it is kind of almost a business for the school once you start talking. But what's like the grueling practices and everything, and
Grueling practices, grueling dry land,
yeah, I was gonna say it's probably a lot of dry land work
Yeah,
too. Huh?
yeah.
Running
So-
miles and
running, lifting, and swimming.
yeah,
Yeah.
Equal distribution of
No, mostly swimming.
mostly swimming. That's funny. Yeah, but that must be pretty intense. Is there how many coaches make up a college swim team? Is that?
It depends. Usually they have a head coach and assistant, and then they'll have a dive coach.
Yep.
And then a lot of times they'll have grad students who are either in the that field
Yeah.
or had graduated and were swimmers. So
Have you had any swimmers that have gone through the high school program and gone on to swim at the college level?
yeah. Oh yeah.
You keep an eye on them as they
Yes,
go?
I do. Yes, I do. I think my first one was her name was Jen Nutter. She's at Union right now.
Okay. Where was she from? I recognize that name.
She was from Georgetown.
Georgetown. Okay. What few years back?
She would be
Yeah.
a junior this year. No, she's a senior this year.
Okay.
She's a senior. I have Maggie Summit this year is going to Minnesota.
Oh wow.
D1.
Serious swimming.
Super fast.
Who else to swim? Oh,
My sister swims.
Yes. Elizabeth Cullen is at Bates.
Okay.
Currently, she's a sophomore.
Can you beat her?
Rothberg.
No. I
Can't-
beat her once, and I remember.
That's right, and they talk about
It was backstroke, and
The
it was
back-
in a relay, but I beat her.
Wow. Did you celebrate for days?
Yes.
And then-
I'm still celebrating.
Years.
Years. It will never end.
Hey, remember that time? Oh, that's cool. Well, very good. So, and it must be fun to watch them as they go on and
Oh,
race at the
absolutely.
big time.
It's really great during this time of season because a lot of kids are coming back from college.
Yeah.
They'll come to the meets and,
Yeah.
cheer on. So,
Yeah. All the alums.
yep.
That's very cool. What's so final thoughts here? I know that we fly by here on the show, but what's the you got practice today, right?
We have practice tonight, yeah.
What time what's the normal practice schedule?
Usually 5:30 to 7:30.
5:30 to 7:30. What's the what was I going to ask? I had one other question where I was thinking about Michael Phelps earlier. For some reason, something came up. Like, what's the drama when you are chasing somebody down in the pool? Like, and you see them. Like, can you actually kick it into another gear? You're already going as fast as you can, right?
Sometimes. Sometimes not, and then you're just sad.
That is, I have nothing left.
Yeah.
Sometimes you try so hard, but then you can't. But then other times you just like go into this another like burst of energy, and you just catch them.
And you do, yeah. Must be a fulfilling feeling. Do we ever have? Like this is kind of this is why I'm not a swimmer, but at your level anyway. But when you're in the lane and you're saying you can see everybody that you're racing against, I think I would like be drifting out of my lane. That's what I think I would be doing. I'd be like, I have water in my eye, can't see. What does that happen? No. Okay. Crazy question.
Really.
Yep. Very good.
There's lane lines and lines on the bottom of the pool.
Sometimes you start, so when we practice, there's more people than one in the lane, so you circle swim.
Circle swim,
So it's like basically driving on like a road.
Okay.
And sometimes if you're like getting like, especially in the longer events, you can kind of like zone out a little bit, which is really bad, but it happens. And so you can start circle swimming instead of swimming in the middle of the lane.
All right. Final question before I let you all get out of here and go to practice. Caroline, for you, what is your advice? You started in middle school, so you're like the perfect person to ask. What is your advice to the middle schooler who might want to join the swim team?
Well, I say definitely do it. It was the best high school experience I've had. It's so much fun.
Wow.
And it's like the team is like a family, kind of. And I always look forward to it.
Good. Team is like a family. I like that. Amanda Davies of Pentucket. Don't be confused by the Triton swimmer. Amanda, same question for you.
I think my advice would be to not be like nervous about going in, because there's people from all different levels, and you always find a group of friends because everyone's friends.
Very nice. Everyone?
Everyone's
Everyone's
friends.
All right, if you say so. And Coach Sagasser?
My advice?
Yeah, your advice for, what is it? It's probably, it's the same question works for you, I guess.
I guess. I would say to every level of swimmer, don't get discouraged.
Yeah.
If you think that someone on the team is much better than you, don't get discouraged. We welcome everybody and we teach everybody, and even if they're just a recreational swimmer, we want them.
Mm-hmm. Well, and just ask Caroline. Eventually, you might get to beat the sibling that's much better than you. Very good. Well, girls, thank you very much. Coach, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to have you on. We fly by on the show. I know it goes by quickly, but I will let you all get off to practice and get in the pool. And thank you. This was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Do it again sometime. Continued luck on your 4-0 season.
Yep.
The swimming team is rocking it right now. So 4-0 for the girls and both the boys. Big thanks, Coach Diane Sagasser, Amanda Davies, and Caroline Cullen. We'll be back to finish strong and take you to the weekend. Keep it here. It's Afternoon Drive on Joppa Radio.